Hey everybody, this is Charlie with 4BZ Truth. I wanted to let everybody know that I'm starting a series. This is going to be my introduction video to the series that I'm creating, having to do with a teaching that I had in my Saturday group that we had going on for a while, and honestly that kind of dissolved after I got a job that works on Saturdays, but it didn't dissolve because of me. The guy that facilitated it actually was formerly a Mormon, and he left the Mormon church and was seeking for answers in faith in general, and he couldn't reconcile a lot of things, but I was motivated to present the topic of what I called the paradigm of truth. And I emphasize the word "the" because anybody can have a paradigm or an understanding about information, and unfortunately not everybody has the correct answer. So I'm going to just put this out there right now. This is one of the most important topics that I can think of, because the implications are so vast and so important. At least from the perspective, from every perspective. If you don't have the correct quote-unquote truth, then what do you have? You have deception or a lie or just falsehood. And the reason I want to start this series on paradigm of truth, I have probably an 8-page presentation that I built around this whole concept, and it was about 3-hour presentation for me, and I just don't have the time to do that right now. But the paradigm of truth is basically shining light on really the big picture, the overall, what is important to hone in on in this reality. And I have a perspective on what that is, and I'm testing it almost every day, because I feel like it's so important to seek out the answers. And the image that has come to my mind is now the parables, basically the concept of parables. You're spelling out kind of a picture of something that you can illuminate with a story. Now, the picture that you could come up with from a physical perspective is you have a puzzle. Puzzles are, broken up pictures in like different pieces. Some puzzles are like 100 pieces, some are 1,000 pieces. But when you're talking in terms of like this life, this life has so many puzzle pieces we don't even know how to make anything out, because it's so vast. This rabbit hole goes so deep, and the deeper you go, the more confusing it gets. So I've come to the realization that we're looking for patterns. Patterns are colors, edges, corners. If you have this puzzle that you're building, you're going to match up the colors, and you're going to look for the edges. And when I was younger and I started building puzzles, I came to the realization that if you can find the edges and the corners, then you can kind of build the structure around that. And that kind of reminds me of the paradigm of truth, because fundamentally you have to have a frame for how you view things. So, but I actually kind of look at it more like this. if you have a puzzle, let's just say like a landscape, you can see like a tree, you can see a mountain, you can see a flower, and then you start noticing that there's different patterns to each of these colors. You see yellow flowers, you see pink flowers, you see all kinds of different grassy knolls or something. So basically, you know, if you have the basis, here's the other thing. These are my glasses. They help me view things more clearly. It brings clarity to my vision. If you have a perspective that brings clarity to your illumination or your understanding, then that's good. But if you have glasses that are yellow tinted, are you going to start believing your reality has a yellow tint to it? Or are you just going to... The concept is, if you have the incorrect glasses that you look through, then you're gonna look at things the wrong way. So, and I'm suggesting that most perspectives have, you know, truth, some element of truth, but most of them have some element of deception. I use the word deception because if you're operating from something that is false, then it's a deception. You know, I tend to believe that there's people out there that, you know, actually hold what they consider truth, even though it's completely false, and they'll build a whole structure or basis around that perspective. And you know, it's fundamentally broken. And I believe that if you can get down to the root of everything, just start with the patterns. I don't think anybody can really hone in on it in a full lifetime, but I do believe that you start with a basis or a structure, frame, glasses, tools, you know, however you want to apply a tool, you have to use it correctly. And I believe that if you're going to apply a paradigm, it has to be applied correctly. So that's kind of the start of this series. So stay tuned. I'm going to break this down. I have, in fact, hold on, let me show you. I have, the reason I was even looking into this, I apologize, I'm trying to open this bag here. Hold on a second. So this, right here is, sorry, I don't really have the best camera perspective here, but I don't know if you can read that, the paradigm of truth. So there's 8 pages here, and I break it down pretty hardcore, and I believe that this is gonna rock your world. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody, and like and subscribe. Follow this paradigm of truth. It's gonna be awesome. All right, love you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.